Everyone, my name's James Carpenter, Country Living. I appreciate you watching my videos. If you're a subscriber, thank you. If you're not subscribed and you like my content, by all means subscribe. What we're going to do today, I've been sharpening lawnmower blades for probably 45 years, and I always put them in a vise, and I used a grinder. And yeah, I could put a good blade, or I could put a good sharp blade down, but this 30 degree angle is what concerned me, and trying to hold that grinder in the same position for every stroke by hand, very difficult. So I went on YouTube and I started searching lawnmower sharpening devices, we'll say, and I looked at several different ones, and the one that appealed to me most was one made by All American. All right, well, I was lucky enough to find one video where a guy had bought or purchased the All American one and the Amazon branded name. So the Amazon one, less than half of the cost of the All American. And what he did is he opened each box and compared the components, including the instruction sheet, and it was identical. The only difference that he could find is that the All American was embroidered with their name and different things like that. The Amazon one was generic, it was just plain. My gut's telling me they're coming from the same factory. You're just paying to have that stamp on the blade sharpener. So without further ado, let's open this package up and see what we've got. Alright, the YouTube video I watched, both of these boxes looked identical. This instruction sheet was identical in the All American and in the Amazon package. I'm confident they're the same piece. Alright, so what we've got is a bracket that will bolt to the bench. We've got, okay, you're going to use your own grinder, but these are the different size pegs. Obviously it's the tread pitch that's different, so you need to find the one that fits your unit. And these two screws here are to mount the unit to the bracket down here. Now the actual unit looks like this, and you can see where you can set the degree on here. Now if you do go on Amazon, you're going to find quite a few Chinese knockoffs, but the video I watched where they compared the All American to the Amazon one, this is what you're looking for. Look for this. Basically just looks like a screwdriver handle. Some of the Chinese knockoffs will just be a black knob or some other type of knob. Okay, so that's the key if you're going to buy this on Amazon, to get the right one. Now let's go ahead and mount this. Okay, so we're ready to do some assembly. One thing I want to talk about is this adjustment here. I took the liberty to go ahead and get this correct. Now when I watch the YouTube videos, see how easy that pin slides in there? Well, the one that fits my grinder was a little bit too large, and the other guy on YouTube put this in a drill and put sandpaper on it, which is what I did, and I got it working. So that's a modification you may have to do. These pins seem to fit okay. The problem child was the size I needed. So what we're going to do is we're going to bolt the bracket on. Use these bolts that came with the tool. Takes an Allen wrench to tighten them up. Okay, so we're going to drill a couple holes into the workbench. I've took the liberty to mark the location. I've got the drill ready. I made a spacer because underneath these micro lambs, which is the bench top, is a steel table. So my lag bolts were just a little bit too long, so they'll go through. This will sit underneath, and that will allow this to go all the way in without hitting that steel underneath. Okay, that's nice and tight. Now, hopefully you can see it in the camera, but this corner is lined right up on 30. Once you get it lined up on 30 where you want it, if that's where you want it, that's what's recommended. there is a way to tighten it down. There's a knob down here. Okay, so now that we've got it bolted down, let's go ahead put a blade in there. All right, nice and tight. Hopefully you can see it in the camera, but this blade is pretty rough. There's no nicks because I mow high. This is the first time I've ever done this, so bear with me. Okay, what I've seen on other YouTube videos, that you're going to get better results with the arm here versus here. Okay, and then in the instructions it tells you stroke it one direction only. So I'm going to turn it on and we're going to get started. Okay, I took one pass, and it may be difficult to see in the camera, but look at my angle here. So this is where I was doing it by hand, and now we're working on a new angle, 30 degrees. Okay, I took a few more strokes, and as you can see, only about half of this is actually hitting right now. So I don't know what degree it was before, but it's way off. So this is after a few more strokes. You can see here and then here. So we're going to continue on. All right, so there's the final edge, and obviously this is the 30 degrees that's required. Now, when I purchased this for a couple more bucks, I got the blade balancer. With the amount of material that I just took off of there, I feel that balancing the blades are important. So I'm not going to put you through grinding the other side, but I am going to close the video now. I hope that this was helpful. I truly highly recommend this tool. I mean, As I said earlier in the video, I've been sharpening blades for pretty close to 45 years and doing it by hand, and obviously my angle was off. We seen that when I started sharpening this. So from this point on, I'll use the blade sharpener. Remember, when you go on Amazon, look for the red handle. I don't want to see you buy a Chinese knockoff. Go ahead and get the all-American version. I want to thank you for watching my video. It is Friday, so have a great weekend.